this series, it could be a lot of fun. I mean, even if the Compadres, if they end up going down in the series, again, just taking a single game, you don't got to go through play-ins again. You can sit in the top 4. You can get another chance at the rival series without the headache of that top of the play-ins contention. But I mean, to have a chance here, if you ball out here against Bread, and Bread are not without their woes in the rival series, they can certainly do it.
I loved rolling Bread into little like bread balls. Not what you're talking about.
You can't help yourself, can you?
I can't. You like, it soft tossed it to me, set it up on.
That's why we love you, Subi. That's why we love you.
No, I agree. I mean, I think this has potential to be match of the day. These two teams are going to go at each other's throats. Yeah. There's so much on the line for both of them. I mean, you brought it up. If you're Compadres, you do not want to have to go through play-ins again, so you're going to try and win as many games as possible. And if you're Bread, you do not want to see that top 2 spot slide away.
Well, Sathu looks to start things off quickly. Moses and Astro both pick up a save off of one shot from Sathu, registered as Sue. And already Bread, they want to start it strong. Sipical. Gonna try to clear that out. Moses has a free shot at this against the backboard, and going in is Aeon. Compadres take the early lead.
You think they want to stay in the rival series? I think we know the answer. Look at the good passing play off the back wall, and the pinch not happening for the defenders there. Aeon strikes first.
You know who else is a big fan of the Compadres right now, Subi? The Peeps. The Peeps are big fans of the Compadres right now. The Compadres can continue a run if they can hold a lead, and if they can win by a better than Game 5, then the Peeps are that much closer to sneaking back into the top 2. But Bread is not gonna make it easy. He's thrown around. Sathu forced back and down on the wing was Moses. Aeon able to throw it against the backboard. Typical. Not going to carry it out for Bread. He found Sathu on the wing. I'm going to follow it up, but challenged by Moses. Moses staying with it straight down, and Aeon has it covered. And again, Compadres is one of those teams that have improved as the season has gone on. A team that relied on Aeon early in the season, who was kind of leading a couple of statistical categories halfway through the season. And then Astro really picked it up. Moses picked it up. This Compadres team had looked better and better as the season has gone on.
Yeah, it was almost like they were waiting for Moses to wake up. Once he did that, this was a beautifully put together squad. I can see why they all 3 wanted to play together. And this is a dangerous team if you are on Bread. This is no walk in the park. Your top 2 spot is not secured.
Astro coming up with it, back to Aeon. Aeon, he gets another touch, avoids Sipical on it, but Bread come back up with it. Sathu from the edge, trying to force that through, and AXB is thrown away by Aeon. Aeon back to Moses, excuse me, and Met off the side. Aeon, oh, he gets the second touch on that, huge, but good job breaking it up by Bread.
A good read there from AXB to just kind of slice in and say, no passing plays while I'm on watch. And here comes AXB with the shot. Moses able to get up in time, though.
Popping it up, AXB. Just trying to buy Bread some time to reload. Manhattan have held on to this 1-goal lead for a little while. AXB trying to play the bully. Sathu sends it over the box, but too much juice. Typical now, just high above the crossbar. AXB throws one right back to Aeon and tries to tee up Sathu. He finds him. Sathu off, cannot find that touch. Astro only finds AXB. There's Sipical on the wing, broken up by Aeon, and Astro's there. It's a race to the ball, and Sathu gets there in time, but the shot's on target again. AXB comes up with the save. Sathu, he's only got 1 to beat. It's a 2-on-1, and challenged and knocked away by Moses. AXB off this ramp. Bread still trying to find their first goal here in Game 1. Compadres, if this scoreline can hold, they will confirm top 4 no matter what at the end of Game 1.
Oh, this is so wide. Regardless of who you are rooting for, just for the implications. And my, oh my, Compadres are playing so well against this Bread squad. They are just locking down on defense, doing so well to conserve their boosts and not falter.
A bump, well, he bumped Aeon into position there, but it's coming straight back and defended by Astro high on the backboard. Astro following it up, it's gotta be Moses. Moses able to get there on the challenge. Now Aeon downfield, forcing Sypical up. Less than a minute to go for Bread to tie this game up. Bumped away again, Bread. They do not have top 2 confirmed by any means. They gotta be careful. And up high is Sathu. Oh no, it's saved! Blocked! Compadres stay up 1-0.
They really have been focusing on their defense. They knew coming into this match that they were going to be facing a ton of shots from this Bread squad. But it's not over. Under 30 seconds to go, and we've seen crazier things happen here in the Rival Series.
Aeon battling there behind Moses, and Moses comes up with the ball. Moses, you wonder how much time he was going to get alone on the enemy or the opposing back wall. Astro following this up. 5 seconds left. Aeon clears this one away, and as soon as this ball hits the ground, Compadres, they're staying in the Rival Series for another season.
Hey, I am so glad that they got that one win that they needed, because this is a team that I want to see develop and grow. Moses, Astro, Aeon, all 3 just really proving themselves this season, and I've just got to say congratulations to them to do their part to stay in that top 4.
And so, again, the sitting at home watching this game are the Peeps, another team contending for a top 2 spot. They don't have any more games to play, and they're like, okay, all right, Compadres are winning games here. If you're Compadres, you're like, Peeps, you're not getting it. That's our spot.
That's very true. But also, we have seen Bread be swept before this season. It's not out of the realm of possibilities at all.
No,
it
not at all.
Definitely happen, and especially with this Compadres team, I would not want to place any bets against them because they are looking fantastic right now. Bread is supposed to be the #1 seed. They're supposed to be the #1 seed, and they couldn't do anything on offense.
Well, I think that for Compadres, it was just a great job of coming out challenging from the midfield and being able to aggress on top of that. They did such a good job moving out from their own half and being able to put pressure on Bread. Bread were not without their opportunities. Compadres made some great saves.
They did, absolutely. They did make some great saves, but it was just due to their great positioning in the defensive half, midfield, and offensive half. They were never out of position, and that's what led to that shutout.
And so, Compadres, their journey continues. The unlikely road to top 2. They got top 4. That's out of the way. Now they're looking to go up one more rung on the ladder, and it starts with Moses, saved by Sypical. Not sure if that would have been exactly on target, but the angle was there. Astro from the midfield. He's going to carry this one the whole way down and challenged by AXB, but Aeon, here's the Compadres getting aggressive in the attacking third. Aeon making Sathu work for this ball. AXB catches it out, tries to go under 1. Sathu on the support, following it up is Sypical. So much happening just in that little sequence right there, but Compadres do a good job thwarting it.
And Astro had to pre-jump to make that save. He had a player from Bread coming in looking for a demo or bump. He had to jump over them and still be able to put that ball to the side. Great control from him.
Aeon finds the touch, looking for Astro. Back over to Moses, that's on target, and Moses scores! Compadres go up early in game 2.
They are not giving Bread an inch right now. They're not allowing them to breathe. They are absolutely suffocating them all over the field. They realize that if you give an extra second, Bread is gonna be on that ball. That second hasn't been there all game long.
Compadres looking to pull the upset against Bread. Bread have yet to score a goal in the series. Sathu, Astro's there to block it. And Astro gonna chase this downfield. And that's gonna be set up for Aeon. Aeon actually cutting under it. Moses, he's gonna wait for that as well. Allows Bread to move downfield. Over to Sypical, it's on target, and finally Bread get on the board. They tie the game.
And Sathu made Moses spin in circles here. Was not expecting that double touch. Pops it up and then sees Sypical rolling down the center of the field. All he has to do is make sure that he puts that pass in front of Sypical so that he can put it on target. They execute the play to perfection, and finally, Brett are on the board.
And that was a tough situation for Moses to be in. That initial challenge didn't come through, and then his car was turning in an interesting way. It was hard for him to get up and make the challenge in midfield, allowed Brett to move down the pitch. AXB, oh, he's got Sathu up, but it's challenged by Moses. Astro moves this downfield for the Compadres. And AXB, he wins big here. Sypical tries to follow it up, but it's going the other way. And now Moses gonna move it downfield for the Compadres, but he's met with a boomer from Sathu. Back over to the other side, AXB hitting that one up. Moses over to Aeon. That's hard against the back wall, and Sypical did get a piece of it. AXB trying to find it. He only found Astro. Sathu up to Sypical, and it's gonna be Sathu. He can't get the touch. AXB caught over the ball. Oh, and Compadres almost strike there. They're on the offensive end of the field, boomed away.
I love the play we just saw from Moses. He waited until he knew he had the opportunity to come in, and oh, thank goodness for Astro, because that ball was right by Moses.
And now Moses gonna have to play this out. Flipping it around, but it's still in the corner. AXB looking to win that fight. Sypical on the target. Astro, doesn't matter. Sathu's there. Brett have the lead.
And Brett right here, they see two defenders up on the wall. They know, hey, we just have to put it hard on net. We're going to force both of them to jump off. It's going to throw them off kilter, and Sathu is there for the follow-up shot. And like you said, Brett has their first lead of the series.
Saw those sequences in game one from Brett. Just could not find the back of the net. They connect twice in game two. AXB. Well, Sathu pulls away to keep the ball in play here for Brett. Sathu is actually just given this ball, and Moses able to pick up the save. AXB has Sypical on the wing. Sypical strikes 3-1 for Brett.
Little bit of miscommunication leads to a turnover in midfield, and Brett not going to allow this the opportunity to slip through their fingers, and Sypical finding his first one of the series, second one.
And if you give Brett that space in your own half, they will make you pay. They've done it a couple of times now. Sathu looking for AXB. AXB eventually finds it, but the Compadres gonna move out downfield. Sypical over to Sathu, back to AXB. So everybody combines. Moses, the pass cut off by AXB. Sypical trying to get back to that, but Aeon is there. Everybody getting blown up on the Compadres.
But somehow Astro's able to be the only player back there and get a touch on that ball. If you're on Brett, you've got to keep the pressure up to keep this ball in the zone.
It does kill time off the clock for Brett. Sathu looks to try to carry this out. Compadres, nothing there. Astro's way back for the clear. And he's just gonna boom it downfield. A big miss to put Astro on Compadres, another goal. 2-3.
He sees Brett cheating up the field, and all he says is, got him. I saw you trying to cheat in no man's land, and I'm gonna make you pay. Brings it back within one, and Compadres still have a chance at bringing this game to a tie ball game, putting us into overtime, and absolutely just throwing the rival series for a loop.
Well, Moses tried what he could with the little boost that he had, and that was no boost. Aeon, it was cleared away by AXB. Moses tapping up against AXB. A great pass to Sypical, a better block by Astro. Sathu gonna keep this in the blue half. Moses is in the corner. Throws it up, popping it up was Astro. Aeon's gonna wait for this, but they're running out of time. They're gonna move down the field off of Aeon. AXB needs the clear. Astro tries to get up for this, goes the opposite way. Moses keeps his ball up. They move to Brett territory. It gets hit down to the ground, and Brett take game two.
And if you're the Compadres right now, it's time to start shaking just a little bit because it's looking like Bread is really starting to find their groove. You see all three members with an assist on the board, and look at the amount of shots. 13 on the board to the 5 of Compadres. The passing plays were beautiful in the midfield, and that just led to shot after shot after shot.
And keep in mind that if Bread win one more game, that will eliminate Compadres from top 2 contention. They have to win this series 3-1. So we're now in must-win territory for the Compadres if they have a chance at top 2. And they need to do a whole bunch of other stuff. They need to now rely, if they swept Bread, all they would have needed to do was sweep the Magicians, and they would have been in the top 2 no matter what. Now, they need help, no matter what. So, look, I got my little sheet here, okay? Here's it. So they got to beat Bread 3-1. Then they have to beat the Magicians 3-0. It doesn't matter. They have to sweep Magicians. Then Manhattan has to beat Splice 3-1 or 3-0. It's a big ask at this point for the Compadres. But it's not impossible. You just got to win these next 2 games. You got to take care of business at home, take care of your own business.
Okay, I like that.
Win here, and then hope that the dice roll in your favor.
So basically, just win. Just do your job and just win your games.
It's that simple, baby.
Okay, I like that. That's simple for me to understand.
Well, game number 3. Right underway. Bread. They want to end this nonsense right now. Try to get this game 3 win. Popped around to the corner. Not a lot of action. It's boom back downfield. Sypical wanted that. Astro broke it up, but here comes AXB. Blocked again. Compadres want to move down the field. Aeon gets a win here in the corner. Moses has to pull off of this, and some of the goals the Compadres have given up have really been off of plays where you really were hoping they might have been able to challenge the ball. Just weren't fast enough to it. Bread beat them in speed a couple of times on the offensive half of the field. Moses.
That's nice.
Low against the backboard and putting it home off the post, and then goaling. Who was that?
Well, we're going to find out right here, but this first initial pass from Moses off the backboard, nice and hard, and pulls it away from the box. I don't think he's going to save that any
He got bumped. It looked like he got bumped into it.
It was almost a pool shot. It was very close to being so. But, yeah, that's just a great pass from Moses. I've been so impressed with his play lately.
Sypical looking for AXB. Challenge there by Moses. Sypical, a pass out to Sathu. Sathu high. And it doesn't look like Aeon did get a touch on that, but it bounced it right to Astro. Astro almost puts it in over into the corner. Turned away. Astro trying to play that pass Sypical to AXB. Now for Bread.
Oh, that's nice.
Sypical able to clear that out to the side. Moses. We found AXB. AXB flipping it over. On the wing is Sathu. And finding his man, Aeon. Able to get it over to the opposing corner.
I think if the Compadres can work on their team passing plays a little more, it's going to put them as one of the most dangerous teams next season. Their defense is already on point. Their positioning is pretty darn good. But if they can get those passing plays, look out, NA.
Moses tipping this for Aeon, maybe? Is defended by AXB. Astro gonna stay with this. Tries to go under AXB, but AXB follows him the whole way through. Now Aeon. He's gonna have a go at it. Aeon carrying this, but Sypical stays with him. Sypical bailed out here by AXB. Oh, Moses just missing the touch, and Aeon had to make that challenge, and he does. Compadres hanging on to this lead right now, and Astro fighting in the corner for this ball. But Bread are attacking this net, cleared away by Astro. Sypical with the follow-up. It's a pass over to AXB, off the crossbar and in. We got a tie game.
Oh my goodness, the speed right now from Bread is so impressive. Look at the passing play at the top of the box. Those are what I like to see. That's what makes it exciting. And oh my goodness, Bread is on fire.
Off the kickoff. Moses only gave way for Sypical there. Sathu, and it rolls just wide of the post. Sypical tries to keep this in play. AXB waiting for that touch, does keep it in the attacking third, but Aeon gets that last hit. Astro gonna take it in. AXB wasn't able to find the touch. Sathu getting bullied there in the corner, trying to find his way to the ball, but Bread get the clear anyway.
Well, that's a good bounce for Bread, but unfortunately no one there to pressure that ball, just kind of handing it right over to the Compadres.
Challenged in midfield, Aeon just trying to get any touch on that ball. Moses to Astro. Astro's got two wingers there. Aeon pulls back, does not find this, but I'll just go back and look for Moses, and he found him. Challenged by Sathu up high. Astro low against the backboard. Nobody finds it, and Compadres make them pay. It's Moses, and Compadres take the lead.
If you're gonna be a top 2 team, you better be able to clear these balls. The backboard passes are so hard to defend, but my oh my, Moses is not gonna miss that opportunity to put his team in the lead.
Yeah, the Compadres have to take care of business. It is not completely in their hands. They want to give themselves the best shot possible. They have to win this game. They have to win both games. Turn to the side. Aeon. Boom that back downfield. Sathu gonna do what he can here. He's got AXB on the wing. Well, he's got nobody on the wing because he's dead. Sypical gonna catch this out. Only meet Aeon for it. He actually comes up with it. Sypical gets bumped. He was looking for Sathu. AXB comes in as well. That's everybody on Bread committing on the play. And Sathu forced back. Moses gets by one.
Starting to turn to crunch time for Bread. They've got about 2 pushes downfield. I'll count that as a half, but they really need to make these chances count.
Sypical pops it up. Aeon able to touch it away, but Sypical's there. Pass to nobody. It's blocked off by Moses. Last chance for Bread here on this possession. AXB from midfield, it's gonna be Sypical. Sypical, Sathu turned away, and Compadres take game number 3. They're at match point.
Oh, can you repeat that?
They're at match point.
Oh my
It's 2-1.
goodness. What is happening? Did you see that midfield defense from the Compadres? They're cutting off every single pass that Bread was trying to develop, and it is just blowing Bread out of the water right now. I know these series are close, but it just feels like Compadres are really controlling the pitch, especially games 1 and 3. They're doing whatever they want up and down the field. They're so relaxed in the defensive zone. It doesn't seem like there's any sense of panic or any sense of urgency in the defensive end, and that's translating to good clears down the field that develop into offensive power plays, essentially.
And it's not for lack of offense from Bread.
Not at all.
Bread have put a lot of quality shots on the net. They've just defended really well in their own corner. Compadres might 3-1 Bread here. And I gotta tell you, that just makes the last 2 games of the day that much more interesting. And I think all it takes is for Bread to win this next game. Compadres are out of it. Bread still needs to win in order for them to contend for top 2. But here for the Compadres, you have a big chance to not only upset the balance of Bread, but to put yourself in a better position here for a top 2 spot. I know we're harping on it over and over again, but it means everything. Think about how the Compadres are thinking right now. Like, okay, we got to win this. Like, we can win this. Like, we've been going back to back, and I'm sure that Aeon, Astro, and Moses, they've always thought that they could contend. There was probably never a question in their mind about whether or not they could take Bread to the house. But for Bread, you got to be like, all right, this is it now. You have this. You have no more buffer. You let Compadres win these 2 games. That's it. You gotta ball out here right now.
And right at this moment, Gyro, Arsenal, and Pirates are licking their chops because there's a good possibility. Not when Sypical's going to be hitting these shots, though. The defense faltering for Compadres right here. Moses can't get up in time, and Sypical makes him pay.
And again, one of Compadres' goals last game came off of a whiff on the backboard from a Bread defender. So Bread have to be careful on the defensive end of the field as well. We don't see a lot of them, but Compadres have been able to capitalize on even just one mistake from Bread.
But Bread doing whatever they can to bring this to a Game 5 series, and What better way than opening up the game with a quick goal?
AXB chasing that ball down. Sypical looking for AXB again. Brett are looking for total pitch control early in this game. Sathu, like a misread by him, or at least he just launched wrong. And off the ceiling, Sathu playing it down. Moses trying to play this in, but AXB's got it covered. Back over to Sathu.
Uh-oh, misplay from Sathu. He thought he was going to roll up the wall with the ball.
But a good challenge by Sypical, but still Compadres move in. That's Astro. AXB can't get there. Aeon has a goal, and the Compadres, they tie it up.
And this is what we were talking about. The clears off the back wall. You see AXB go up at a very weird angle. Looks like his car got caught on the lip. Threw him off completely, and all Aeon has to do is just roll that ball towards the net, and it's gonna find its way home.
And now, trying to move down the pitch. Brett, want to get that lead back. Aeon met with Moses. Played back downfield by Sathu. Sathu puts it in himself, off the miss on the back wall again, and Brett had the lead.
The way you need to score in this game, just throw it up to the back wall, and it's guaranteed you're going to see an open net.
I mean, if they don't make the touch, yeah.
Well, that's what we've seen.
Oh, is that what you're assuming? Okay, I'm sorry for not picking up on that. But
no,
yeah.
that was just a beautiful double touch from Sath. You cannot take anything away from him there. Very, very highly mechanically skilled player, and he showed you exactly why.
Sypical. Gonna throw the ball back downfield. Moses. A challenge going back to Sathu. He's got Sypical downfield. Sypical off the ceiling, bouncing straight down. Astro has it covered. Sathu coming straight back. Does he have the touch? No, but AXB is there to catch the rebound.
Oh, and Astro got demoed. That really changed what was happening on the pitch and turns the ball over to Brett.
Astro meeting Sathu there. Hit for hit. Sathu clears that down the way, but it's met with Compadre's own clear. Moses tries to force his way through. Aeon. Now the Compadres looking to try to tie it up again. Sathu. Teed up. But AXB is there. And oh, that's a great pass to Astro. Aeon and Astro have been as good as any 1-2 punch in the North American Rival Series. You feel like if they're gonna win game 4, then it might be off of a combination play from those two. Oh, that's in for Sypical. It rolls up. Compadres now down by 2.
Way to go if you are Sathu here. He doesn't let up the pressure, continues to push this ball, forcing Moses into the bad hit. And Sypical was waiting. He knew the only place that ball is going is to the right of the net. He positions himself perfectly, and there we go. A 2-goal lead for Brett, doing everything they can to take this to game 5.
So I'd like to correct an earlier statement. I believe I said that Brett don't clinch top 2 if they win against the Compadres, but I was wrong about that. They do. They clinch top 2 if they win this series. So they have everything to fight for here. Sypical over to Sathu. It looked like Sathu nicked it, but either way, Compadres gonna work the length of the blue half. And now Aeon trying to carry this away from Sypical. He stays with it, bounce back. Here's Moses, blocked by Sypical. Turning it around now. Popped up high, Astro. Sathu gonna stay with it, and it's turned away. Sathu now gonna chase this down, but they're taking it away was Aeon. Aeon, he's got Astro. Astro has a shot. Astro, no, goal. AXB keeps the door shut. Another shot just high for Aeon, and the Compadres, they come away with nothing off of that. They're still not done, but that next ball cleared away. Now, over to Astro. It's here for Aeon. Aeon puts it in, but blocked by AXB. A double commit doesn't matter. Brett, get the clear.
And AXB just proving that he deserves that savior medal that he just put on the board. He absolutely saved his team from an absolute goal. It was going in the net. Sathu had his eyes on the boost pad, and somehow, some way, AXB snuck in to put himself in between the ball and the net. Good clear from Aeon.
Back, AXB He'll find that touch, keep it away from the defense. Actually finds his own ball there. Compadres got to score with time left. This is their last hope, and it is not going to happen. Zathu is going to put it home for Bread. We could have, or we are going to have game 5 at this point.
It's typical. Not only gets the pass, but takes out the last defender, who is Moses. And Zathu putting his second one on the board. Both him and Sipical, 2 goals, 1 assist, 1 save on the board.
Also, I think we should just leave all of the scenarios to Stacks, because he ran all of them and I got them all mixed up. I gotta tell you, after this game, guess what, Subi? As soon as this clock hits 0, guess who's in the promotion tournament?
I'm gonna go ahead and go with...
Guess who just made it?
Twice.
Guess who just made it to the promotion tournament?
Bread.
Bread.
Bread just made it.
They're in. They're in.
Yeah, okay.
We still got a game to play, but they're in.
It feels bad, right?
It's like you don't even got to win the series, but you're in.
They did everything they have to, and we can just say, congratulations. You took it to game 5, so regardless of if you win or lose, you're there. And man, I'm going to be rooting so hard.
That's what my little sheet says. It says Bread, clinch, lose 3-2. I just can't read. Anyways,
you don't have your glasses on. That's okay.
Continue.
That's all good. It's all good. I was just going to say how I'm going to be rooting for Zathu, just because I'm a huge fan. I've been watching him for probably 2.5 years, just grinding. He has been playing in every community tournament that there pretty much ever was. He's played in every, from 3v3s to 2v2s to 1v1s. He's been there. He's put in the hard work, and now it's finally paying off. He has placed himself exactly where he needs to possibly get into the championship series. That is an awesome thought to me.
And again, if you're the Compadres, you made it into the top 4. No more chance for top 2 for them. And Bread, go into the promotion tournament. There's 1 spot left. There's still some things that can happen there. We got 1 more game to go, and it's all about the moolah here for Bread, because they don't clinch number 1. They just clinch top 2. So if they want to win here to have a chance at clinching number 1, because they do not clinch it going to 5 games. Had they won in 4 or 3, they would have gotten number 1 no matter what. But now you're looking for the money. And AXB able to make the save there. Sipical meeting it and booming it downfield. Astro with that clear rolling off the ceiling. Astro trying to clear it away here from Bread.
I hope Sax didn't do us dirty and
he probably did
the wrong info. Yeah, just to make us look silly so everyone can call us out.
Yeah, that's something Stax would do. Zathu back over to AXB. Tipped up high. AXB gonna play this out. Bread gonna roll it around the pitch there, but cleared away again.
You know what I appreciate a ton, though, is the fact that even though Bread has it secured their top 2, they're not going to go out and just throw this match. They're going to go and fight till the very end. You know that they want to finish with only 1 loss on their record.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I can't speak enough about the Compadres, and I always look back to that Week 2 matchup against Manhattan, where Manhattan and Compadres, they weren't playing their best Rocket League at the time, and then you look at them against Bread in this series, and you see the improvement over the course of 1 season. And I think that is something to definitely kind of hang your hat on at the end of the day, when you didn't make top 2, but you made top 4. When you think about how the season started for them, I mean, Compadres were never in a giant hole. The worst they were was 1-2, and then they ended up being 2-2 halfway through the season. And I mean, we saw right here, I mean, they were putting passing plays together up against a Bread team that was really putting it to them on the attacking end and putting together some good passing plays. And so Aeon, Astro, and Moses definitely have improved in that sense, just in the course of 1 season's worth of play. And it's been fun to see. On the other side of the pitch, for Bread, I mean, Bread is a team where it's like, once they got swept, and you're like, okay, well, what's going to happen to Bread now? We all thought that these guys were going to dominate everything. They get the job done when it matters the most to clinch top 2. Say what you want about what happened during the season. All that matters is your final result at the end of the day, and that's just a lot of winning, and that's exactly what Bread did this season.
Did exactly what they had to. Win games. When it boils down to it, you only have 7 matches, and you have to make a statement in every single one, because as we saw, every single match matters. Not just every single match, but every single game.
And that shot is just off the target. Popping it up high, AXB. Well, he only found Sathu there. Sypical tries to clear it away. Moses up high for this. Not able to find it. So one spot does remain in the promotion tournament. Bread. You're playing with confidence at this point. It's kind of almost a victory lap for you, it feels like. Just did so much work this season, and like you said, you're happy for Sathu. Sathu is someone who I've talked a lot with as well, and season after season, always trying to find a way in, always trying to find his way. Was a sub for a season as well for G2, and comes in as a starter here with Bread, and now you found yourself at the top. And how about, I gotta say, how about AXB? How about AXB? His buddy Joro over on Rogue, and they're gonna face, they have the chance to face off against each other in the promotion relegation tournament now. And I gotta tell you, AXB definitely wants to be up in the RLCS up with Joro. He wants to get up there so badly. I know Joro wants him up there too.
I really love that passing play from Sathu. Wraps it around the corner, and then AXB hammers it home. The team play is really showing true for Bread in this match. We saw that first one between AXB and Sypical, and then who else other than AXB and Sathu connecting on that one.
And Aeon throwing that over to the corner, and Sypical a guy who had himself quite the showing in the play-ins, and everyone thought, man, this guy is just gonna tear through the entire rival series. And again, you know, I think there are ups and downs with Sypical and this team, but it's been mostly up, and he's been a big contributor on Bread here so far in this season. And with 40 seconds left, the time will tick down on Compadres and Bread. Aeon tries to play that one away. And that shot is saved by Sypical. Popping it up, AXB finds Sathu. Sathu almost puts it on target. 15 seconds remaining, and Bread will get another win in the rival series on the season. They will move on to the promotion relegation tournament and a chance to play in the RLCS. AXB potentially playing against his old teammate Joro, and you know, it all kind of writes up itself.